Hello, 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 and welcome to Ladies Who Question. And we are still on our venture here of the Golden Bachelor after watching a rip-roaring, I think, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
ladies who... Wait, we're not ladies... Wait, the Ladies Talk? Wait, what was it called again?
Oh my
Women
God.
Tell All.
Women Tell All. Yes, I even forgot too.
And we just finished watching it minutes ago.
I know.
Okay, well, anyway, obviously we are boomers.
Boomer brains.
Boomer brains, yeah, boomer brains or brainless.
Brain farting.
Okay. Oh, don't even start with me, but we'll get to that.
Yes, we will get to that.
Okay, maybe I'm a little too delicate. Maybe I am, yes, but that bugged me. We'll get to that. Okay, so it starts out with him hyperventilating.
Of course. The stress was so thick between everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's hyperventilating because they were showing him the flashback from.
Yeah.
So so they're showing that, and then so then they cut to the Women Tell All, and I'm going, oh, they're not even going to let us know what happened. This is how they're going to position it.
We were trapped.
I was a little surprised.
Yes, but I think it was to ensure that the audience will stay with the show.
Yeah.
Because they've got to see what happens at the end.
Yeah, but honestly, the Women Tell All episodes, from what I remember from like Bachelorette and Bachelor shows, that was one of the most fun because it just would get so snippy and fun, which I was happy this did not. But
Right.
Yeah, but I thought, why wouldn't people want to watch all that? You've already watched the journey. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so didn't Kathy look good?
Yes, it's almost like she got a facelift.
Oh my God. Look what I wrote here. Okay.
Oh.
Look, okay. I put got filler and facelift question mark?
Yes. She looked really good, and she almost had a new persona about her.
Yes. She wasn't so gaunt.
Right.
Like, so maybe she decided, well, I don't need to be in a bathing suit right now, and I didn't get the guy, so maybe I'll just pack a couple on. Well, she looked great.
She looked great, and I liked her personality so much better, and maybe her confidence is built up, and maybe some good things have happened because this was in April.
Oh, wait, this was really?
Wasn't he saying? And then in April, and I go, oh my gosh, April to now?
Oh my gosh.
Right. So they filmed it. No, the Ladies Tell All, I think, was filmed.
Well, no, that was just probably recently.
But The Bachelor, Golden Bachelor, was filmed in April.
Oh my gosh, it was that long ago.
Yes.
Well, she had plenty of time to get a facelift and then have it all calm down.
Right. And then maybe she feels good about herself.
Yeah,
which we'll kind
I
of get
think
into the
so.
show and the general consensus of how everybody is feeling.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that. Added confidence. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Sandra, the F prayer or whatever it is that they say, still
Right.
dumb.
Yeah. Right.
And it kind of fell flat.
One thing, Gerry,
Yeah.
shaven. He's shaved. He's clean shaven.
And he looked...
We're like...
I thought it looked better.
Yeah,
but
I think it looked much better.
A personal preference
Right.
of mine. Yeah, you know what? That's so weird. I remember. I'm glad you pointed that out. I kept looking. I'm going, something's different, and you're right. It wasn't like Scruff-a-rama
Right.
time. Yeah, Susan. I forgot that when she.
I did too. The 6-inch. Yes, I did forget that.
And that's probably what endeared her to us and to so many other people from the very beginning. Because
Right.
it was such a flirty comment and so quick. Mm-hmm. Because I don't. He brought up the heels, right? Did he bring that up? Oh no, she probably had that comment
No,
ready.
Susan says she's very comfortable with 6-inch heels.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm very comfortable with 6 inches.
With 6 inches. You're right.
And
with
then,
6 inches.
And
Yes.
It was funny later in the show, she says, if I'd known that my son would get so angry with me for making that comment,
Right.
I would have said
8 inches. Right.
I just,
It's
we love
cute to
her.
hear all these little backstories. And yes, we
Yeah.
do love her. And there's going to be more that I have about her.
Good. Okay.
Later.
Is there anything that we're skipping here so far? There are flashbacks. When they
Right.
showed the flashbacks between Kathy and Theresa.
Oh,
Because they showed those when they were sort of doing. Then, to me, that just underscored everything that you and I have been saying every single episode about
yes.
the whole situation between the two of them. How she just kept doing it and doing it. And Kathy was not that vociferous in her comments back,
Right.
and you could see she was just saying, "Zip it." Hey, I maybe you shouldn't say that, and then it makes me dislike Theresa even a little bit more because of the fact that she made it so like it was like such a big deal,
Right.
and it wasn't.
No, it
Okay.
wasn't.
Anyway,
Well, the one thing I really felt from the beginning almost was
Yeah.
all the support amongst the women with each other.
yes,
Which was awesome. I mean, I
Yeah.
felt like they're all friends practically. And I mean, I don't know, but I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they just seem so supportive and happy. And also they all feel more confident in themselves because just to even go on the show,
yep,
get through it, think they're in love or maybe in love, get dumped, and then go back out to their real life. But they felt like there's hope.
Yes.
That seemed to be the underlying theme was there's hope.
Hope and friendship was
Yes.
the prevailing theme. That's
Yes.
how I thought the same thing. And they did sort of say that too. I thought that was something that, who made that comment? Was it Kathy that she had sort of a little mini speech about hope and friendship, and this is what we've gleaned from this? Yeah. I thought so too. I thought that it was really heartening to see that, to see the women in the sisterhood.
Right.
You know?
It was.
Yeah, I liked it. The whole meatballs thing, that was
That was
kind
kind
of
of goofy.
goofy.
Well, I didn't know they had to cook for themselves.
I didn't either.
I thought they'd at least have a chef on board.
And didn't they? What I'm trying to think. I don't remember ever seeing that on The Bachelor or
No.
Bachelorette.
I don't either.
They probably had it catered.
Right.
And so these women had to do this themselves?
I guess so.
Because I doubt they would have the choice. They would say, no, I want to be taken care of. I sort of don't like that.
No, I don't either. But it seemed like they enjoyed cooking for each other.
Well, and they're,
So,
they're all skilled. Well, I guess some of them.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm glad I'm not. I'd be on that show. I'd be like, "What are we having?
Yeah.
What can I'll chop.
Order pizza.
Pizza, my go-to. Yeah. What else?
Well, there was the two meals, the guacamole and the meatballs with the gas.
Oh, right. And the big debate, which
and Susan was so funny about it. I know. Oh my God. And she even did she tell Gerry?
yes, because they were on that little bench,
And she
and she said something like,
I'm gassy.
yeah,
That's gutsy.
yeah." Unless she had done it, and so she had to say, "Oh, that would be so humiliating."
I know.
I mean, I would I don't even like it when I'm alone doing it, much less, oh my gosh, a situation like that would be just, daunting to say the least. I'm going to just jump to the Kris Jenner appearance.
Oh, I loved that.
See, I knew we'd be on opposite side of the fence.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'm not into the whole Kardashian thing.
Okay.
At all. Like
No, I agree.
There are some things I think, bravo for them, all that they've done. I'm not. And for me, I felt like this was supposed to be about all these real people who were coming together for this first time. And to me, Kris Jenner doesn't seem real anymore because it's just been so commercialized. And I went, oh, well, this is hopefully the low point of this whole thing. And for me, it just stopped dead. I went, get out of here. This is about them, not you trying to horn in and make it about a, Kardashian commercial. That bugged me.
Well,
I know you feel differently.
I thought it was very flattering because the women enjoyed that.
They did.
But my gut feeling is she might be politicking to put together a reality show for Susan, Ellen, and the girls that want to do the potentially, if there's any kind of another show that might spin off from this show.
Okay.
Because
Well,
she specializes in reality shows,
yeah.
and she's an agent because she has other clients.
She does?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she does. So I was thinking there was more behind it than just, I really like you. And I could see that she really likes Susan, who I think Susan's the hit of the show.
Yeah.
So that's how I was interpreting it
Okay.
from maybe a backside.
You thinking about it in those terms, that makes complete sense. See, I wouldn't have thought of that because I thought she was just the momager, and she just sort of handled this show. I had no idea she had her fingers in other things.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. In that case, I'm looking at it with a different perspective. And
That's immediately what I thought.
well, because
Because I thought reality, if there's a spinoff,
Well, you're more in tune.
But I don't know.
I hope
that
you're
just could be
right.
some weird thought.
I don't know. It doesn't sound. It sounds perfectly logical. I mean,
Well, I think Susan
yeah.
could carry a whole show.
yeah.
I think she's got this big personality. I think there's going to be a future in show business for her after this.
Yeah, doing something.
Not like huge, but like being some kind of MC or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I and somebody will figure out the right thing to do with her, right?
Right.
But I like your way of thinking. Well, okay, if that's the case, then okay, I flip. I still don't like that she was there, but if that was the reason she was there, very cool.
I want good
you know
things
what
to happen to these women.
I do too.
I
Each
do.
and every one of
Yes.
them. There were only, what did they say, 13 of them? Looked like there were more than that.
Yeah, well, there was 22 at the beginning,
Yeah.
but I don't know. There are some people that were cut out.
Yeah, because
know.
because they said only 13 showed up, but not everybody could probably make it, or maybe even cared to just go. I'm done with it. I got sent home the first night. I'm out of here.
Remember Natasha? Wasn't she funny?
Oh, very
She's
funny.
from New York.
Yeah,
And she seems like she's happy.
yeah.
And she had some really fun comments to say.
She did. I don't remember specifically the things that she said, but she had some funny observations. Mm-hmm. Then Joan. Okay, I was confused.
I was too.
Oh, thank you for saying that because
I thought she was done.
well, no, I thought the reason she left is because her daughter was having the baby early, or there was a complication with the birth. But
I
as she
see.
explained on the show, she's
Postpartum.
right. Her
Yes.
daughter was.
I did too.
Oh, good.
I thought that too because I
Yeah.
thought, but maybe she didn't want to say that when it was happening.
maybe.
She just kind of said medical complications, I think.
Yeah, and maybe we just took it to be that.
Yeah.
Maybe we just made that leap without any specific education on it or knowledge. It was nice to see her.
It was nice to see her. I thought, well, maybe they're going to switch everything up and she's getting a rose tonight. But that didn't happen.
I thought maybe they'd make the announcement that she was going to be the next Bachelorette, Golden Bachelorette.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I thought, well, they're bringing her on for that.
Right.
But
No.
Ellen, oh boy, she had the spotlight.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. But you know what? The more I learn about her, the more that we see about her, she has such a joie de vivre, just such a good spirit.
She does.
A lot of just fresh spirit, and really looks forward and looks at things with a fresh eye, and seems optimistic. I mean,
Definitely. There's in the crowd. It was really quick, but some of the audience members had posters, and there was a poster. Did you see the poster?
was that the one that said, "Can
my grandpa.
my gramps take you out or something?"
Yes. That was for
cute.
Ellen. And I go, oh, that's cute. So she probably has a little cult following.
One would hope.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very attractive, and she's active, and she's
Who
fun.
wouldn't want to be with her? I
agree.
She has it all.
Yeah. I mean, they did a nice piece, I thought, bringing her in and doing the spotlight thing. And then they talked about how she'd lost Roberta.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but when they kept showing that young woman in
the audience.
I was thinking to myself, this doesn't look like it's her daughter, but I bet it was Roberta's daughter.
That was my gut feeling when they kept showing her, and she didn't know she was in the audience.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that was pretty cool.
That was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, and that girl, you could tell she was pretty teary, and
Oh yeah.
I guess it probably hadn't been very long since her mom had passed, right?
Right.
If I'm trying to do the math now that I know this was done in April, or that was being filmed in April, and I'm thinking she must have lost her mom over the summer or something, or
Right.
or yeah.
Oh, and that was so emotional because that's when Jesse started crying.
Jesse
Palmer.
Oh, he cried?
Yes, he teared up when Ellen was talking about Roberta watching the show from up there, and then he started crying.
Oh my God.
I noted it because I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh, I didn't see that part.
I did.
Oh my gosh! So all three of them.
Yeah, it was another cry fest.
Yeah, Gerry, of course, and Ellen. We can understand why she would cry, but Jesse too.
Right.
Wow, Sabarama.
Oh, and also there was another poster in the crowd that said, "When Gerry cries, we all cry."
I I even did a face to to remind myself.
So funny.
I thought, that's what maybe we'll name this episode. When Gerry cries, we all cry.
Yes, I think that's great.
Okay, mark that. Then they put us endless waiting, edge of our seat, commercial break.
Yep.
Before they come back for the rose ceremony, which I'm like,
come on,
naturally torture us some more. So, I'd love to hear what you thought about that.
I was surprised, but then right when Theresa got the rose, I immediately thought of what Nikki said, how he wants a woman like that.
Yep,
that's
she
going to
nailed
be
it.
pawing all over him and wanting to just Gerry.
Yeah.
And I think definitely I think Faith is too much on his level in terms of she'll be a challenge because she's not like that. And so Gerry obviously likes somebody that's fawning over him.
Yeah, Faith has, I think, her self-esteem and self-confidence have been damaged. You can tell that. But I think she still believes in herself.
Right.
And she's strong
She's
inside
strong.
of herself. And maybe not as dependent as Gerry
Theresa
would like and Theresa would be. Okay. See, yeah. Nikki did.
I sent her an email immediately. I said, you were right.
Well, honestly, I thought it might end up being Faith and Theresa. I always knew it was going to be Theresa. But I've not been a stranger about saying how I feel about that particular pairing. But she had a weird look on her face the whole time while they're waiting. She would look like she was in mourning. Her eyes were downcast, and she just looked so odd.
Well, just the two of them standing there, just the tension.
Faith looked so nervous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She looked like a popsicle.
Right.
She was frozen and so scared. Yeah. I thought Faith was really gracious. Exceedingly so. But when she got in the car, she said, "I'm numb." And that sort of, to me, explained her whole reaction. Right? And then when they brought her back, well, we can get to that. But I went, oh, numb. And then when they brought her back out, and I felt like, oh, okay, because they brought her out.
Right.
Yeah, later. We'll get to that. But when they brought her back out, she said, the things that she said told me that she was almost disassociating. She just all of a sudden the veil fell.
Turned it off.
And that was it. And survival mode kicked in, emotional survival mode. And boom. And then she pretty much said that when she came out, when they were interviewing her, or when Gerry was talking to her. Then let's see, Gerry cries. Then
Gerry comes out.
Then Gerry comes out, yeah. And they're both crying and sobbing which is probably why it had to go to 8:14 p.m.
Right. Because we had to get that sob fest in.
That's right. We had to keep the sob fest. So it's we're going to have to, it's going to be a long episode from that.
When Faith came out, oh my gosh, her boobs were hanging out everywhere.
That was too boobalicious.
It was too, I put too much boobage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't like that.
I didn't either.
You know what? If you have something to prove, you could have done it differently.
Right.
And just been Faith, because that's enough. I'm glad you noticed that too, because I just went, oh, girl.
Yeah.
Come on.
Especially at the age and so forth.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
You don't. She didn't need to do that. She's enough, just as she is. So let's see. Oh, he said something when something came up about, they didn't directly say, she didn't go well, you told me you love me. She didn't do that. But he said something, he brought it up. He said, my love for you was genuine in those moments. And I thought, I get where he's going. He's trying to be sincere, or he was being, I guess, for him, sincere. But to me, that just seems disingenuous. My love for you was genuine in those moments.
Right.
I don't know. To me, that am I being too?
Well, I think it's hard for all the women to feel like, how could he be in love with all three of us?
Yeah, right.
And so he's trying to legitimize why he picked her for the hometown and so forth. And he did love her just then.
Yeah.
And then I guess after that made his decision not to pick her.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah. I just don't know how. love for you was genuine in those moments, and then it passed. That,
Right.
like immediately. I guess I have trouble with that, thinking that you can love that much at the same time, 3 different people. I
Right.
have a hard time with that. So maybe you were just hot for her.
Right.
Maybe it was just hormones, man. And that just seems more honest. But
Yeah.
you know what? If that's, I can't speak for his feelings. I just personally, I would feel, I don't know.
Well, he also felt terrible about the promise that he made to her family.
Oh, I missed
Remember?
that. What? Wait.
He said he broke the promise that he would not break her heart or something to that. And that's when he started crying.
Oh,
A lot again, because he felt terrible because he felt like it was a lie. And
Oh, that's right. The verbal self-flagellation.
yes,
I do remember that, but I didn't remember what he was going on about. But
it was a
yeah.
promise that he made that he didn't keep. And he really held it to his heart about keeping the promise, but he didn't.
Well, at least he owned up to it, I
Yeah,
guess, and remembered
that's
it
true.
enough to say that. And I got to give him cred
Yeah.
for that.
Right.
Yeah, it's still not great. And then we go to the bloopers.
Oh, those were funny.
They were funny.
Because there was so much of it we didn't even know about. I love the behind the scenes.
I know.
And
Or
Sandra.
Kathy, when she, yes. Oh, Sandra. Okay. Kathy, when she goes, if you don't choose me, then, F off.
Exactly.
I went, that's so Kathy.
It's so Kathy.
And she knew it was going to be a blooper as soon as she said it, but,
Yes.
Or,
I
probably-
think that a lot of the girls like Kathy behind the scenes,
Oh, very much so.
with the exception of Theresa.
Well, yeah.
And Theresa and Kathy didn't like her.
Yeah.
But I think they liked her.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think. Well, she's part of that group of the
The
potential
four.
Golden
The
Girls.
Fab Four. The
Yeah.
Fab Four. Yeah.
AKSN. April, Kathy, Susan, and
April?
Nancy. AKSN.
Ellen.
Ellen?
Wasn't Ellen part
Oh,
of the
maybe
Fab Four?
Ellen. Oh,
April,
Kathy, Susan.
Kathy, Susan, and Ellen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Maybe it was just an article I wrote.
Yeah.
But I thought Ellen was tight with them.
I did too. I don't know.
Oh, that spider. I had a horrible
that
flashback
was
to
weird.
last summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I went,
Oh,
not
right.
the spider.
Oh, that's right.
With my spider bite.
Yeah.
I
gosh.
flipped out. I went, I can't unsee that. The group nap when Gerry made the what was it that do you remember more how he said that? He goes,
Because they all sat down in their long dresses because there's so much filming time. Like they film and then they wait and wait
right.
and wait. And the girls are like, we're so tired.
right.
We need a nap. And they're wearing their gowns and everything. And they're just sitting on the steps of the rose ceremony room.
Oh, that
remember?
Okay, yeah. And he said something about this is going to be the first, I don't know, TV show where we have a group nap or bachelor show. Or it was just, however he said it, it was more succinct than that.
cute.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'll bet. Sandra.
Oh, God. Wow. Her talents, they're pretty raw.
Yeah.
Swearing and passing gas. Like
Extensively.
on TV for a minute straight.
Like,
And she was so proud of it.
and she was proud of it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that is something that in college I would have turned around, like, because usually guys, that's guys, they're so proud.
Oh, it's such a guy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would turn around and I would have run out of the room and never come back. Like,
Right.
oh, you think that's cute? Okay.
Yeah.
Not only juvenile, but it's bad manners.
Right. And she's 70.
75.
She's 75?
75. She looks
Well,
damn good.
I mean, she's rocking.
I mean, I can't take that away from her, but
No.
I will say it just grossed me
Yeah.
out.
I think the producers loved it.
Well, of course
Thought
they
it
do.
was so funny.
Yeah, because I'm 15.
Exactly.
And it just closed with talking about, or they showed some shots from Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, you're going to have to pick up from here because my neighbor came over and they brought me food. So, I was like, hey,
that
you
was
guys are really,
sweet.
yeah, I know. I'm like, I really can't talk. I'm watching The Bachelor. They're like, oh, but we have food. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, come on in. Yeah, okay, I can be bought with food. But anyway, so I didn't, we showed some shots of Costa Rica and
They
I
showed
didn't.
some shots and it looked like there was, well, there's the fantasy room and they talked about that.
Oh, they talked about it. They showed.
And they showed it. They showed them in the fantasy room just lying on the bed with all their clothes on. But there was some stressful moments, of course. They have to show the drama of Gerry falling apart, crying, on a balcony in Costa Rica, kind of stressed out, like, what am I going to do now? Which is typical.
Yeah.
But, and then at the very end, they said everybody's so curious about the fantasy rooms. And Gary's like,
Oh, did he do that?
Yeah, can't
like cute or smarmy?
Kind of both.
Ew.
Yeah.
This is making me really...
It kind of led you to be questionable. Like, did anybody really go for it? Or
Oh, okay.
But, of course, Leslie looked pretty darn horny in Costa Rica.
Oh, God,
like, she
I
was
wish I'd
all
seen
over
those.
him. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. As usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
I would picture her just going for it big time.
Oh, she'd be ripping his clothes off.
Exactly.
She'd probably ask the producers, could you please make his clothes all Velcro? Like, so I
Just
it's
tear 'em
easy
off.
tear.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just make it easier for me. Because I'm going to do it anyway.
Right.
It'll play better for that part of the camera. Mm-hmm. Or, that part of the filming. Okay, so that was it though, right? Because by the time they left, they were going into the next show. So I don't remember anything else. I mean...
Well, they're not going to... The next episode's not till November 30th.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that because
I was
that's...
like, what?
And I thought, well, because...
Well, that's 2 weeks. Okay,
It's
so
2 weeks.
2 weeks skipped.
I
don't
thought
know
they
why
were going to
they
have one next week and then, of course, skip
Thanksgiving. Right.
But so November 30th.
Yeah.
That's the next one.
I don't know why.
So we've got a 2-week break.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know if that means we won't have our ladies who question about the
I was
Golden
just gonna
Bachelor.
say,
Yeah.
we could definitely have a fun topic.
Yeah, we'll have a fun topic and it'll be related to this, or maybe we can find another single woman
Okay.
or somebody else and we'll have an interview and we'll
I
have
think
to
that's an idea.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
investigate that over the weekend and we'll still drop something
figure it
next
out.
week.
Yeah.
Okay. Until then, adios muchachos. This is really getting fun. Well, it's been fun and interesting, and I don't know. I hope you guys are having fun. Anybody who's listening, all one or two of you. Actually, no, people are listening, but I hope you're having a good time, and we want to hear from you.
Absolutely. We want to hear from you at our ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. Ask questions, comments. We bring it on.
And we're on Instagram,
Facebook, and we have a website.
Yes, website, which is ladies who question.
.com.
Yeah. Yeah. So please.
Rev up that social media.
Yeah. We're getting mail, but not questions. So there's nothing we can really share with you. I mean, it's not bad mail. It's good mail, but it's nothing that we can use for
Ask
the
us
show.
questions that we can try to answer for you.
Yes. Yes. Or just if you want to know something about whatever.
Anything.
All right. I'm signed out.
Okay.
All
Hasta
right.
la vista.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Harvey.
Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by Lisa Dominique and Holly Caulfield. Music, My Lionheart and Sketch Music, Florian Monax and Matthew Anderson. Font, Geofanny by Adriana619. Research, Holly Caulfield. Social media, Chelsea Caulfield. Please follow Ladies Who Question on all social media, ladieswhoquestion.com, and subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. This is a Harvey Doodle production.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the individual opinions of Lisa Dominique and Holly Caulfield and should not be construed as personal advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree to not use this podcast as any advice for any personal or medical issue of yourself or others. This entire disclaimer also applies to any guests or contributors to the podcast.